Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome to another Toonkind at 12 FPS. My name is Mira, and I will be playing Riku today. And with me is the very wonderful.
Hi, I'm Staria, and I just finished eating. Don't mind me. Last bit of cake in my mouth as I scramble to finish. Yeah. Hi, I'm Staria. Roboto, local robot dad man who's still not aware that he's going to be adopting so many kids in the server.
Oh, we love him very, 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 very much.
He loves you too.
Alright, I'm just gonna preemptively roll a thing.
Fun.
That was 14, okay. Not bad, it's not the best, but yeah. Anyways, so, we pay, it is, well, we start off not exactly in Moria's, office. We instead start out in a field. It is golden grasses as far as you can see, and they're bending in the wind as a small breeze starts to kind of trail through, and it's not drawn, it's real grasses. It's real golden grass. The sky is this perpetual, you're not entirely sure if it's dawn or dusk. But it's that perpetual, it's, the sun is either setting or rising, but you can't tell where it's coming from. And there's Riku.
Like, you don't see the sun.
Yeah, you don't really see the sun, you just see the light coming up from the sky. But like, it's starting to become light. I will say that much. And you see on the screen Riku. He's still dressed in the last outfit that you've seen him in. He's got his blue robes, his sash, his scarf, and he kind of looks around and then starts running. And he keeps running until he reaches a grass-covered hill where an apple tree is. And he runs up this hill, and there's a woman there. She's dark-skinned. She has voluminous curly brown hair, but she's entirely gold at the same time. She's almost see-through. And as he's running, he reaches out, and then there's another man instead of the boy. He has red hair. He is paler than Riku. And he also reaches out to this woman who is standing underneath the apple tree. And then Riku wakes up with an absolute start and kind of jolts against Moria because he did flump over and fall asleep on Moria.
Aww. Well, Roboto has been sitting down on the floor like a fucking gremlin, at the leg of the couch. It doesn't matter that there are more sofas than there are people here. He is still sitting on the floor, and he just like sort of turns his head to Riku and just like, "Get there, kid."
Yeah, I'm fine. I just wasn't expecting the dream I had.
I'll take from that it's not a good one.
Roll insight.
Sure, I'd love to. Oh,
That was that
God.
one.
I was about to say, I'm not gonna say anything because last time I said anything about Roboto's modifier, I absolutely ate shit, but look at me now.
You
Look
know
at me
what?
now.
Roll again because Riku's not hiding anything, so I'm gonna give you advantage on this. Okay,
17, that's
much
mildly better.
It's way better than
God.
on that one.
Goodness, Roboto, honey.
Anyways, so with that 17, you notice that Riku doesn't look scared. He just kind of looks wistful as he is kind of righting himself, and he's still pretty wobbly, still tired. For this FPS, I am going to say that Riku's still experiencing his long rest, so he still kind of has that element of exhaustion to him. And he doesn't look as sickly as when he first woke up when his magic first backlashed on him, but he looks absolutely exhausted.
Yeah, he still doesn't look too good.
Yep.
Well, unfortunately, Roboto, in regards to the first part, Roboto doesn't really have much experience with nightmares, considering the fact that he can't dream, and the one person he has talked to was an old man before he came to Inkwell. So he's just like, hey kid, you feeling any better?
Yes? I mean, I'm not gonna fall flat on my face, but yeah, I'm feeling better.
It's already good. Do you where do you stay? You need help getting there, or?
Riku looks kind of trying to figure out how to word this. He looks, Mother Pecker, you have something that like you're experiencing, me addressing Riku, but you're not giving me the words to adequately describe it, which is an issue when you're playing a game that requires you to explain what the heck your character is feeling.
When you're playing a game that requires you to speak, it's kind of important to speak.
Yep. There's a stubborn set to his jaw that kind of happens because with the 17, you get the impression that Riku is kind of upset that he's having to rely on others, that he can't just do this himself.
Roboto's like, you do realize there's absolutely no shame in needing help, right?
But I'm supposed to be stronger.
And how does that conflict with getting help?
If I'm strong enough, then no one...
Bullshit. Do you think Moria never gets help? Moria's strong as hell.
Riku just kind of chews on the bottom of his lip.
Moria's strong as hell, and she got, and you know, a few cases ago, Butterfly, she got help. She got me. She got Kami. Wait, no. He's just like, okay, this is me being a little idiot. She got me. She got Azumi. Got Reginald. She got Trini. She got Porridge, and we all helped her. And in even other case, there's lots of cases where she gets help, and she's plenty strong. You saw her in battle.
Riku, he's nodding, but he's, oh boy, you were so stubborn, you child.
Child, please! Child, please!
Yeah, just
Child, please!
With the 17, I'm not making you re-roll that. With that 17, you get the whole entire impression that Riku's like, yeah, of course, that makes sense. But there's also the aspect of him going, but not me. I'm not supposed to need to.
Alright, let me try. Kid, do you think you're strong?
Riku kind of. He looks like he's about to nod, but then he kind of hesitates and then gestures to himself.
And Roboto sort of like tilts his head.
And like
It's
kind of
like,
like
in a, what's that supposed to mean?
And just he kind of moves his hand a little bit more as if to try and like emphasize current state of being.
And Roboto just like Roboto gets like a sort of like cheeky look on him, just like, I don't know what you're talking about. I just see a real strong kid.
But I'm not.
Really? I saw you. I saw you at the fight. You were doing pretty well.
Someone who's strong doesn't have their magic backfire on them.
How is that your fault? I don't see any way that's your fault.
Riku. Okay, I have a thing that Riku's gonna do, but I haven't actually like established the mechanics of it D&D wise. This is mainly just for flavor right now because I haven't actually.
Sure, bring it on.
Yeah. Well, actually, I probably can do. Okay. All right. That was a. Okay. Kind of flying by the seat of my pants here. In response to Roboto kind of needling this issue that Riku has, deservedly needling at this issue, Riku kind of does this interesting gesture with, in regards to himself. He kind of puts a hand to his sternum, and then something interesting happens, Roboto. His hand goes further. Like, there's no blood, there's nothing. It's just as if he's clipping right into his chest.
Roboto's definitely like, what the? Kid, what?
And then...
And he's like, certainly startled because, huh?
Toon! And he doesn't pull out his heart or anything like that. Instead, he pulls out a white orb. And it's glowing. And he holds it out for you to see, Roboto. And if you want, you can either do investigation or arcana.
Sure, let's see what my bonuses are. Pretty sure it's the same. No, I don't have Arcana, so I'll do investigation. Okay. God damn it.
Okay, well, this isn't a super high DC. I'm not going to give you everything, but the important thing that you're going to notice is there. As you look at this orb, you notice that there are cracks in it. They're thin, but they're glowing the same kind of teal iridescent color that is on Riku's freckles and is in Riku's eyes. And maybe it's because you would probably see things a lot better in the dark because it's a glowing object, but that's all you really see. And Riku he doesn't hold it out so you can take it. He is actively kind of holding it protectively. You get the impression, even with that low investigative roll, this is something that if it got damaged would be very, very, very bad, considering it came out of Riku's sternum.
Yep.
And Riku goes, "It broke when I tried to do my magic." And he is referring to the orb.
Roboto sort of looks at it and he's just... No, roll me insight. He got an... And,
Okay, buddy, what's your insight?
He's gonna, while you're rolling, he's gonna ask, care to elaborate what that is?
Riku looks at you and goes, "It's my soul."
Well, okay, with a 16 plus 6, a dirty 20, which I can't bother to think up the math.
I think it's a 22.
22, okay, thanks. There's certainly an look in Roboto's face, and a little bit of recognition. And Roboto's just like, well, I'll be damned. Guess that makes two of us.
Riku kind of pauses and looks at Roboto and goes, "You're broken too?"
Not exactly in the cracks way, but he'll reach to behind his back, and he'll pull out. Well, it's a metal sphere with a on the top there is what seems to be a circular glass panel which glows a purple light, the exact same that is shown in, and it's around the size of, like, slightly smaller than Roboto's head, and he's just like he just like holds it in like one hand, and it's just like not in the soul part, but more in the something's wrong and I don't know how to fix it.
Oh, Riku understands that. Like, you don't need to roll insight. Riku's just like, there is a moment of recognition.
And Roboto sort of like turns it around, taps the like glass circle that's like glows, but's at the top. He's apparently looking. Actually, roll me Arcana.
All right. Okay. That's nat 1.
Ah. Yeah,
Ew.
sorry. You don't get this, but I'll just say he appears to be looking at something, and then he puts the orb, the sphere back behind his back. And it's gone.
Mm-hmm. Riku kind of gently kind of rubs his own little orb and then kind of puts it back in his chest, kind of gently putting it against his chest, and it just kind of does its thing. It slides back in. And there's nothing body horror about it.
Nope, not at all.
Except maybe in the existential sense.
Yep.
But yeah, Riku kind of looks at you, Roboto, and he wants to say something, but I need to think through how he would phrase it. He looks at you, Roboto, and kind of fidgets a little bit, and he wants to say something, but it's why are you giving me vibes when you should be giving me words? I shake my boy.
I pat you.
Oh. Just. Yeah, okay, he looks at you, Roboto, and goes, "You said it wasn't my fault that I was like this."
Of course not. Why would it be your fault? Don't answer that. That's a rhetorical question.
Well, he looks at you and goes, "Mr. Roboto, can I tell you a secret?"
Sure.
Okay, and Staria, I am gonna DM you something.
Alright, sure!
Because this is a secret.
Alright, sure! Oh, I love secrets.
I wish I had typed this out because this is completely off the cuff. I did not think about this beforehand.
Listen, I was looking at Roboto asking him, when the fuck are you revealing this? And apparently it's now.
Typey noise. Don't say the words out loud, Mira. Don't. This is supposed to be a secret. Still, there's some lore here. Also, I am not being very careful with my text. So if there are misspellings, I am sorry. I am trying to be as fast as I can right now. So
you're so valid.
There's not like dead air on here.
Yeah. I will read it and not say anything about it, but just have like Roboto's reaction to it, I guess. I love May immediately putting the alright, keep your secrets. Give. Thank you, May. God, Fletch, stop being this funny.
Okay, I have sent the message.
Oh, okay. Alright, okay. Okay! Roboto is like... Roboto has to take a second.
Yeah, you can just
Because-
kind of sit back and like, yeah, I know, it's a lot.
And he's like... Shit, kid, didn't know you were carrying all that.
Riku kind of nods, and then he kind of just goes, I woke up, well, I remember stuff, but everything was different after, and he kind of goes, crick, and like kind of like mimes his soul orb kind of breaking a little.
Ah. You know how long ago that was?
Riku kind of sits back and thinks, and then goes, everything was different. I was different. It was weird.
I would assume everything would be different.
And then I had 2 sets of them.
2 of them, huh?
Riku just kind of nods.
And, yeah, and, but it's just like, you know any of, like, legends or anything that can guide you the right way on, I don't know, giving you a frame of sorts?
No, it's weird. And, like, there's stuff in Einquill that people don't remember. So I don't know if it's something like that or if different planes were involved. I don't know.
Oh, that's a whole different brand of fuckery then.
Yeah,
And yeah, Roboto is just straight up swearing next to the child. He is no longer thinking about his language. I am so sorry to whatever responsible adult is gonna realize Riku has been learning swears from this irresponsible robot.
Well, he already knew swears. It's fine. Riku can definitely say, without lying, that Roboto isn't the one who taught him how to say X, Y, or Z.
Boy.
And Riku, kind of just looks at Roboto and
He didn't trauma dump. Trauma dump.
he was being, hey, I'm kind of in the same boat.
Yeah. And also he literally did he literally said just like a literal fraction of what's up with that.
Oh, Fletch, we love you. Thank you, Peanut Gallery, for
Fletch
being amazing.
beloved. Yeah, Fletch and May are beloveds.
Anyways, so you just kind of is just he is very much just sitting here, and he kind of is just it's one of the reasons why I came to Einquill, but I'm also looking for my mom.
Huh. She disappeared?
When I was
Went to
7.
You're 13 right now. That's an awful long... Well... He's about to say that's an awfully long time, says the robot who's 80.
Riku nods and is like, I know it's a
It's
wild shot, but no one else at home was doing anything. And I know she's alive.
well, that's you got a hunch. That's already better than nothing.
I know when people go. I can feel the connection snap.
Well, I'm assuming your connection to her is still there. If you have, well, hope.
Mm-hmm. Like, it doesn't tell me where they are, but it tells me that I'm still connected to them and that I can still see them again. And I'm not connected to everybody, but if we're friends, then it's there.
Well, if there's anything I've learned since I came here, it's that, well, you tunes really do have a knack for an interesting story, and that if it's important to you, you'll probably see her again.
Yeah, I'll see her again. I know that. It's I just want it to be this life, not the next.
Of course.
Cause
You're not biting the bullet anytime soon, kid. No way. Roboto's like pointing at him. It's like, no way.
he giggles at that.
Hell, if you need an extra set of hands, eyes, anything that will help, I can always help you.
And Riku relaxes at that, and he he kind of he what is up with this boy and giving me vibes instead of words? I swear.
No talking, only vibing.
Yep, no.
Well, only but in this case we're in D&D, so we need to talk.
I know. I'm just like, what are you trying to say, young man? Like, I'm just like, you're giving me impressions that I have to try and interpret, but you're giving me the impressions that are really hard to interpret, you pecker. um
No talk me, Yankee.
Except it's hard to describe feelings instead of Angie, though. Angie I could describe really well.
Yep.
But actually, how about you roll me another insight roll?
Sure. It's been a while since I've rolled insight, and what are 12 FPS is known for other than rolling insight? Just kidding. 27!
Ooh, 27!
You're gonna have to explain all of it.
Roboto, you look at Riku and you notice that he has relaxed a lot, especially considering the fact that he told you a really huge secret that you are able to infer that he hasn't breathed a word to anybody.
Boy, oh boy.
And that is something really huge for a 14-year-old to have on his shoulders.
Her fucking is.
And is he's incredibly relaxed, whereas before he was still kind of on edge, so to speak. Even though he clearly still trusted you beforehand, there's
Still a bit wary.
there was still a bit of that like wariness of I don't really know you kind of vibe, but throughout this whole entire conversation, that last kind of barrier has kind of been lowered and lowered until it's just been finally gone. And with that 27, you, especially with the talk of connections, you kind of, for the split moment of kind of just, you almost swear you can see kind of this thin gossamer like sea green thread between you and Riku. And it connects to Riku's sternum. And it's very thin, but you get the impression that over time, as you guys interact, it might get thicker and less liable to break, so to speak. Because like there's two different breakings that can happen. There's kind of that relationship kind of withers and decays, and it kind of just naturally degrades. And there's the premature somebody.
Betrayal.
Well, no, somebody died.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Death would end the relationship. Yep.
Yep. And you, with that 27, you can also see, not in like specific directions, but like kind of like just kind of spider webbing outward, you can kind of get the impression that there are other connections that Riku has that are kind of going off into the distance. But like you can't see, like you can't determine who they are, where they're going. They just kind of fade out. But like you get the impression that this boy does have people that he cares about, that he is connected to. And some of them are a lot stronger than just you would expect. Like, you would expect someone far older to have.
Yep. But it makes sense considering you know.
And you kind of blink, and that kind of overlay kind of fades from your vision, and you kind of get the impression that you were only really able to see that just because the connection had kind of settled into place, so to speak.
Yep. Interesting. Okay. Cool. I'm getting lots of lore today.
Yep.
And Roboto was surprisingly quiet about his. Well, I say surprisingly quiet, surprisingly talkative too, because I did not expect him to reveal that.
Also, with that 27, you do get the impression that if you were to offer your assistance with Riku's backlash issues, now he wouldn't fight you as much. Because, like, the conversation has given Riku a little bit of food for thought, even though with that 27, you also do get the impression that Riku is still gonna struggle with some internalized, I will be frank, ableism that has been
Baby
shoved
boy.
down his throat.
Child. Honey.
So he is
I love you.
He is still gonna struggle with that, but he is gonna reach out, at least with you, Roboto, if he does need help.
So Roboto saying that would just be like, so, you fancy, two of us looking for magical doctor or something to help you with your problem?
Riku kind of looks at you, Roboto, and goes, I don't know who, if anyone can help, because back at home, Dad got the best healers around and they couldn't make head or tails of it at all. Like, the highest clerics that we could get. Dad paid a lot of money to get the best people out. It made the elders really mad.
And Roboto is just like, well, two things. First of all, this isn't really home, and the wildest shit happens here. So I wouldn't, even if it isn't like clerics and stuff, I had fish thrown at me from an empty theater seat. So I wouldn't be surprised if there was a way to fix this here. Second of all, regarding to not knowing stuff, I don't know either. That's why that is why we do research.
Riku kind of giggles at the whole entire shit happens in NyQuil. Like, he starts giggling at that, and then as Roboto kind of keeps going, he just starts giggling more and more.
I think after he says his two things, Roboto looks at sees Riku's reaction and is just like, no, I'm serious, but and he will start telling Riku about what happens in the events of How to Be Funny 101, Roboto's first game, and the most ridiculous fucking shit. He will tell about how a trash can got dropped onto Tangy. He will tell about the multitude of fish that were thrown onto them. He will tell so many things. So many ridiculous things happened.
Riku's listening, but he also just can't stop giggling because just
And I'm not gonna roll anything for this because Roboto's charisma is a -1. But I'm saying that he's doing the Grandpa's telling a story, and by God, he's telling the story good.
Yes, good. Just Riku is you get the impression that this is like the first time he's actually just kind of let himself relax and laugh.
Oh,
in a good while.
I hold soft. I hold gently, and so does Roboto because
Because like also his giggles are adorable. I will say out front, he's just adorable giggling.
Baby boy!
Like I hold up my little man, my little 14-year-old and go, yep.
Yep. Yes. He. Hold him up like cat.
Like long cat.
Like long. Exactly.
Oh, but yeah, just he is absolutely delighted by the story that is being regaled to him. I will say, like, he's not bored at all. He's just listening very intently while giggling at all of the really funny bits.
Oh, yes! Mission accomplished.
Yep. Yep. I hold these two so soft. I am having
No,
words cannot
stop!
express the soft that I am feeling right now.
It's so soft. I love them.
I love them too, Your Honor.
Roboto, immediate granddad and grandpa energy.
Yep. I will say I am kind of running on empty on ideas of how to continue this because this is just so soft.
Yeah, I think after this Roboto story comes to a close, he'll just be like, well, that's the end of that story. And he will like quickly get up, grab like a paper and a pen, something from like the table or something,
Mm-hmm.
and he'll like, so I don't really know your living arrangement, but if you need anything, I live here in Valestown, and he will like scribble an address and also a phone number because he does have a phone at home.
Mm-hmm.
So if yeah. Oh, and if you're feeling sad, I do have another story. I have another story I can tell you, Dan. Because me and Drew is not a robot, and he's one of my friends. We accidentally got on a boat without knowing how to drive it. So that's a really funny story, but I could tell you if you're ever feeling sad.
Riku's beaming at this point as he takes the paper with the address and number and he goes, I'm staying at an inn here in Billstown. One of my mom's letters mentioned this place, so I'm kind of hoping I can find clues.
That's perfectly understandable. He will also like ruffle. Nobody's actually standing up. Roboto's gonna like ruffle Riku's head
That
and
gets
hair.
another set of giggles from Riku. I
Aww.
will say, and Riku, I am gonna see just how. Oh boy, that was a 12 minus 1. I was just rolling to see just how well Riku was doing with all this, and he got an 11. He
Still a bit sick.
Yeah, he's still a bit sick. He gets up, and it's very clear that he's still very, very wobbly on his feet, even with the rest that he's had. And he he stands, his legs wobble, and instead of sitting back down on the couch, he just kind of lean flop onto Roboto.
Roboto's just like now thinking just like, I can't just like take you there.
There is a very muffled, oh, it'd be appreciated.
And Riku, you are being picked up, and you are now sitting on Roboto's shoulders.
He kind of immediately just kind of plunks his chin against Roboto's head, kind of in between the antennas.
Oh, that's so cute.
He's just vibing there now.
Aw. And Roboto will write a note on the table. Oh wait, no, hold up. Roboto will take a sticky note.
Mm-hmm.
Write like went to get Riku back to his living space. Be right back. He's like, and he like sort of he sticks it on Moria's forehead.
Oh, bless.
And then and he goes out of the building, and yeah, I think he'll yeah, Riku, directions are up to you.
Okay, I am just gonna roll survival. Oh dear.
Should I also roll survival?
Yes, considering Riku got a 7.
Alright, what's your survival, buddy? Where is your survival? That's +1. That's a 4! They go out, and they immediately get lost.
Yep. It's interesting. Actually, Roboto, roll me perception real quick.
Sure. 21!
Alright, with that 21, you are wandering around trying to find the inn that Riku's trying to tell you where. There's a lot of inns in Villestown.
Yep. There sure are.
With that 21, though, you notice that there is a bird that is kind of flying high above you two, but it's very clearly following you, and it's a Japanese warbler.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to say, just for the sake of we're almost at an hour, it takes you guys basically the entire day to find the right inn. And when you guys get there, the bird gets down to, like, once you set Riku down, and lands on Riku's head and kind of tweets a little in the unique way that warblers sing. And Riku kind of glances up and goes, "Oh, hi, Ume. I was wondering where you went."
I got a bird front.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
The bird looks at you, kind of tilts its head one side to the other, warbles a little bit, and kind of just makes herself comfortable in Riku's hair. It kind of just vanishes entirely.
Absorbed into the hair.
Yep.
Gone.
Yep, the bird is gone.
The bird is gone. No more.
And Riku kind
For
of
the bird, there's no more birds.
Riku just kind of reaches out and pats Roboto and goes, "Thanks for the help and for listening."
Of course. Any more help? I'm always here.
Riku nods and goes, "Thanks. You're really cool, Mr. Roboto."
Thanks, I'm dying!
And if you don't have anything else to add, I feel like we could end it there.
I think to that, Roboto's like stunned silence for a second. Well, shucks. You're really cool yourself, kid.
I hold them too soft.
I love these!
They're so good, Your Honor.
They are! But yeah, I think we can indeed end things here.
Thank you all for listening.
That was so fucking soft.
Yeah.
That was so fucking soft, I can't.
It was really good. And thank you all for listening, both now and in the future. I hope you have a very good day. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. This was a blast. Thank you, Mira, for enabling my bullshit.
Thank you for poking me and going, "Hey, we should do this."
Yes, I think it's funny how it wasn't even after the game.
Nope,
it's like in the middle of the ending, I'm just like, so FPS.
Yep. It was great. Anyways, we're gonna say goodbye to the recording. Bye.
Bye, listeners!